Big day today, big announcement we were all waiting for. Tell me, what's today like for you?
Been very humbling. We had many people show up this morning for a 7:30 in the morning announcement. All the press was like, "Why are we doing this early?" And I was like, "I have a job to do. We have to get to work to make South Carolina bigger, better, greater, more strong, and successful than ever with conservative values, America First values. We have a real opportunity in the midterms in 2026 to just crush it for Donald Trump and crush it for our country with America First and MAGA governors all across the country. And that's what I'm going to bring to the table in South Carolina."
You've been a fighter in Congress, and you've really worked hard to make sure that we implement Trump's agenda. Why now? What made you say, you know what, it's time for me to jump in the gubernatorial race and focus on South Carolina?
Well, I believe in term limits. And I said when I first ran for Congress, I would only do 3 terms. And I believe if you're going to be for term limits, you have to put your money where your mouth is. And so it's time to give it to somebody else next year and move on to something bigger and better. I've learned a lot over the last 5 years or so in Congress how to draft more conservative legislation, how to support the president's agenda, understanding his agenda, and being successful at it. And so that's what I'm going to bring to the table. I'm not even governor yet, and the colleges and universities here, they're scrambling because we're eliminating genders the minute that I have my eye on you, whether it's high taxes or you get a form with 15 genders on it with male and female aren't too. People are scared to death, and they should be, because I'm going to bring common sense back to South Carolina on behalf of Donald Trump.
Common sense. Imagine that. Let me turn to South Carolina. So what are the big issues you see right now in South Carolina, and which one would you tackle on day one?
Well, this morning I also unveiled my vision for the path to prosperity for South Carolina. We have the highest state income tax in the Southeast, hovering around 6%. I have a 5-year plan to take it down to zero. We have law and order that's necessary here because we have rogue prosecutors, rogue attorney generals who aren't prosecuting murderers, rapists, and pedophiles. Even though we're a red state, we banned sanctuary policies. We had a sanctuary sheriff in South Carolina last year letting out illegal aliens who are rapists, murderers, and child molesters and pedophiles. And no one at the state level, no statewide official spoke up to stop it. But I did, and I got her fired last year with the voters of South Carolina.
Staying on the topic of immigration, you've seen in Florida, Governor DeSantis has put basically a task force together to round up as many illegal aliens and deport them as possible. Are you seeing yourself doing something similar in South Carolina right away?
Absolutely. And I've already identified multiple facilities in South Carolina where the state could house illegal aliens through the deportation process. We don't have enough beds that we're using right now, but we do have plenty of space. And I want to see the state do that. And states actually can get reimbursed for bed space when they are working with ICE or DHS to deport illegals. And that's something that needs to be a priority for the next governor of South Carolina, a real priority, just like Florida.
You guys have alligators in South Carolina you can put around the facilities?
Just a few feet from here. We have plenty.
Alligator Alcatraz Part 2 coming soon. Let's talk about education in the state, because also tonight on the show we were looking forward to back to school. And so as far as education is concerned in South Carolina, where do you see an opportunity to improve education in South Carolina to make it lead the country?
Well, we want to expand more on school choice, of course, but I have 2 policies I want to implement. Actually, I'm taking from Florida in this. I want to automatically mandate kids who can't read by 3rd grade, they don't move up to 4th grade. And if they can't read or write by 3rd grade, they should be assigned a reading mentor and be required to read 90 minutes a day. Florida does that. South Carolina can do it too. Secondly, I want to have a second track for high school graduates. If you're not going to go on to get a 2 or 4-year degree, we want to make sure that you are job certified on day one, the day after you graduate high school, to take high paying jobs that are vocational, like a plumber, an electrician, a welder. These are 6-figure jobs for the right student who's qualified to take them, but they've got to be certified. I want them to get their high school diploma in those high skilled jobs.
You have also been an advocate for President Trump. We talked about this a few seconds ago. But now a lot of people are trying to criticize you and question that loyalty. How do you respond to them?
Well, I mean, quite honestly, I just point out the lies and I happily do it. I've been with President Trump and his policies, even when we disagree on occasion. I've always been with him politically and from a policy perspective. Every single one of the policies I've embraced, I've seen him, I've been supportive of his as well. And, I kind of liken myself to Trump in high heels a little bit. I can be bombastic like the president, but I can also be very effective at legislating. I'm one of the top drafters of bills and legislation in all of Congress. Out of 435 people, I'm in the top 1.59%. So I'm policy driven, but I also don't take any BS. I don't take any lies. And if you've made a deal with me, we're going to get it done no matter what. And I don't mind using words like Donald Trump does. He's been very effective. He's been a great leader, and I think he's a great role model for governors across the country.
Look, you're a very high-profile congresswoman, but for people that may have just not been paying attention to Washington and they're learning from you as a gubernatorial candidate for the first time, what's your message right out the gate for somebody who's just getting introduced to you?
Well, I'm going to put America and her people first. And most importantly, as governor of South Carolina, I'm going to put every single hardworking South Carolinian first. And I'm going to implement our America First MAGA agenda on day one. No one will work harder for South Carolina or any other American across the country than I will.